Ben?
Did something bite him?
Ben? There's something wrong with Ben.
Hey, what happened? It's me, Lucy. It's okay.
You're in the pool! Ben can't swim!
Lucy, bad. Bad. Bad.
Give me the phone. Try recent calls. Yes, it's ringing.
Brad, listen to me. We need help.
Oh, you need some help?
Send somebody.
Go!
911, what's your emergency?
You need to send the police.
Ma'am?
He found me.
Awesome. Victoria, thank you so much for joining me today on The Color of Success.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Well, let's dive into it. Primate, tell me about this horror movie that is terrifying in terms of the concept and just seeing the way that Ben gets into it with you guys.
hmm Well, to sort of summarize the movie, it's starts off as a bunch of friends who come back to Hawaii on vacation. They have a free house, everything looks great. And then something happens to Ben, who's the pet chimp of Lucy, whose house we're in. And then chaos sort of ensues, and it becomes a survival story, trying to save like the ones you love, and a lot of terror and suspense.
I know that you weren't a huge horror film audience member. And so I'm wondering, we are a mental health podcast. How did you get into that mind frame of showing and portraying the horror that is being followed by, a chimp?
I feel like filming a horror is so different to watching a horror because, I mean, even when you're filming it, you do feel scared and you do feel fear. But like, there's the sort of 0.5% of your brain that goes, it's okay, this is not real, we're just acting. Whereas when you watch a horror movie that's been crafted with an editor, with a score, and there's moments of tension and suspense and like the jump scares, it's a whole different experience. And that I cannot deal with. I can't deal with anything that's going to make me not sleep at night. So I think filming the film was okay because I was surrounded by such an incredible team of people that were like, it's going to be good, like, don't worry, and like, we can make it through the day together. It was very much like a team thing that we did. So I think they're in two separate worlds. Even though I've filmed a horror film now, I still don't think I can watch. I still don't think I can watch them. I wish I could, but I can't.
Well, maybe this kind of gives you some exposure so that you can kind of slowly go into that genre a little bit.
I hope so. I hope so, because I feel like I'm really missing out on a lot of incredible storytelling and things. So I've already had one suggestion of films to start watching, so I might start my slow journey of watching horrors.
I mean, parallel is Cujo, so I mean, I think that would be one of the classics. And I'm always interested when I speak with actors about, portraying fear on camera. How do you turn it off? Because your brain is kind of almost tricked to realize and recognize, not fully recognize that fear is acting, and then you have to turn it off when you go home.
I think for me, breathing really helps. I know that sounds like such a loser answer, but when you are playing the moments of terror and fear, your heart races, like you're breathing faster, like your whole body feels like electric almost. And so for me, just taking some really deep, like big breaths just to slow my heart rate down, to like stop the shaking and all that stuff was really the thing that grounded me. Which meant that actually I found that I was able to not necessarily go home with that like baggage or anything, but I was just really tired. I think when you do put yourself like through those levels of emotion every day, like your body just feels spent. But like moment to moment, it was okay to sort of like reel myself back in and be like, hey, I can feel it in my body, but my mind goes, it's okay, like this isn't real. So I think I've struck quite a good balance with that.
Well, let's talk a little bit about, at the core, the relationships between the characters, because you do play the best friend of Lucy, who's a bit distant, and that happens as people go through different developmental periods. What was that like to play that dynamic in the movie?
I think it was quite tricky because like Johnny and I, as like people in life, really get on well. And so to sort of find that disjointedness between them was a little bit tricky at the start. But I think it really helped having the character of Hannah there, who sort of became like the wedge between us, because Hannah is so different to Lucy. And I think at the start of the film, where we meet Kate, my character, she sort of lost her way in who she is, because I think she's young and you're figuring out who you are and your priorities, you're not 100% sure where they sit. And so she thinks that like Hannah is this new shiny friend who is really cool and like she wants to like her. And I think what's beautiful about the journey that Kate goes on with Lucy is that when sort of, things start going wrong, she returns back to the things that like are really important to her. And fundamentally it is her like sisterhood with Lucy and that friendship that's been there for so long. So it's nice for Kate to sort of re-find her feet within herself, which then leads her back to her friendship with Lucy.
And I'm really interested as well about folks learning more about you as an actor. Obviously, your resume is getting bigger and bigger, and I'm just so excited to continue to support you on your journey. What got you into acting, and specifically just continuing, how do you choose your projects that you're becoming involved in?
So I got started in acting like maybe when I was 12, but only in my local youth theatre. And I owe a lot to my drama teacher, who I do still keep in touch with, because she really like made me believe in myself and think that this was something that I could do with my life. And so that sort of snowballed into then going to drama school and then graduating and then sort of being spat out into the industry and gone like, okay, see how well you float out there. But like you said, I've been so blessed with so many like incredible projects, and I feel very, very lucky to be where I am. In terms of choosing my projects, I mean, I'm quite lucky in that I have a really great team of people behind me who I trust like with my heart. And so I know maybe like one or two projects they've sent me that I've been like, what the hell is this? But like overall, all the projects and all the characters they sent me, I think they just know me quite well, are really stuff that I find really exciting. So it's never really a case of needing to pick and choose. It's going, who sees me as the good fit for that character and what can I bring, and then seeing where that sort of takes me.
Well, knowing you for 10 minutes, it seems like you have a healthy level of self-esteem, but hey, I just get paid for this stuff. But how do you deal with kind of going through auditions and maintaining that self-esteem? Because it's not yeses all the time, right? And I think just preparing people who do want to go into acting to how do you mentally protect yourself to say, hey, maybe this just wasn't a right fit. It's not about me.
Yeah, I mean, it's tricky. And sometimes I wonder if I lie to myself about how well I deal with it just to protect myself. But I think it's one of those things where I like to think that if I get a script, I get an audition, and I do it to the absolute best of my ability, and that leads nowhere, I go, okay, like what I couldn't have done any more, so clearly that wasn't for me. And you know, the casting directors that are working out there are so talented, and so you kind of don't want to be cast in something that isn't the right fit for you, because that's not helpful for anyone. And so I guess it's just having a sort of really deep, low-key delusional trust that everything's going to work out how it's supposed to for you. And, you know, there have been roles that I haven't gotten that I've been like, wow, that one like hits in the heart. But fundamentally, I just think everything that's sort of laid in front of you and the sort of path of your life is what was meant to be given to you. Catch me in like 5 years and see if I've changed my mind.
We'll definitely come back, and I'll give you that 30-second promo of why should folks go and see Primate.
I think you should go see Primate. And I'm not just saying this because I'm in the movie, but particularly in the theatre, in the cinema, because it's such a full body visceral experience. I think it's such an incredible movie to experience with a community of people. It's full of crazy tension, a lot of fear, but it's also a really, really fun watch. So, and I say that hating watching myself, like even I enjoyed it. So I think people will really like it.
Well, Victoria, thank you so much for joining me today. And like I said, I'm just here to support and see your star rise, because it's continuing to happen.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you. It's so nice to talk to you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening. We would love for you to subscribe to the podcast and join our community on all our socials at colorsuccesspodcast.com. Looking forward to you checking out my memoir, Cancel the Filter, Realities of a Psychologist, Podcaster, and Working Mother of Color on Amazon and wherever books are sold. I'd love to hear your Cancel the Filter moments.
Well, I can give 'em more, 'cause when I'm on the field, you know it's game on.